Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
So my background prior to working with you was sort of consultancy, management consultancy in the London market, looking at business process change, reform around placement, accounting, settlement, and claims. And we often used to think, what's the kind of the C level, what's the C-suite which would require change in electronic placement, electronic accounting? Is it the CEO? Is it the CFO? It turns out no, it's COVID. That's the C-level change which is required, and that's what we've seen is an awful lot of the building blocks in place from a technology point of view in the London market. I mean, there have been trading platforms which have been available for a number of years. There's been some real successes in like electronic claims and having electronic claim files available. And then we've just seen this, the room, so the Lloyds underwriting room shutting for the first time in its history. And bear in mind, we're talking 350 plus years, the first time for up to the show. Think about all the things which have happened in the past. It just puts into context how severe, how serious the sort of pandemic situation is. So for that to shut, so suddenly overnight, all of those face-to-face meetings, all of that placement activity, which would typically happen in the room, and people are putting wet stamps down on physical pieces of paper, that had to go. There had to be a way of sort of doing that. Now, luckily, there were these trading platforms in place, and we've just seen the volumes kind of escalate rapidly. And fair credit to those placing platforms. I don't think they would ever anticipated such accelerated growth, but they've met the challenges of that. And business has continued. The London market, Lloyds and the company market have carried on writing business. Claims have still been paid, claims have still been processing. Whereas I think, had this happened 10, 15 years ago, there'd been a very different kind of response to that.